Yeah, he looked as sharp as last fight. He did what he had to do. We definitely can get a rematch for sure. Hopefully sooner than later.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has finally cracked the silence. After months of confusion, controversy, canceled fights, and disappearing from the spotlight, Tank just went public with the one name he wants to face next. And it wasn't Jake Paul. It wasn't Lamont Roach Jr. It wasn't even a safe tune-up. Tank wants Isaac Pitbull Cruz. The moment he announced it, the boxing world shook. Not because the matchup is shocking, but because of the timing, the context, and everything Tank has been through in 2025. This entire situation feels like the start of a brand new chapter in his career, and it may be the most important fight he has left. Let's break it all down. For months, Tank Davis has been a ghost. Ever since the controversial draw against Lamont Roach Jr. earlier this year, fans had no idea what his next move was.
The exhibition match with Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, what's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
Sentí que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo, considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul.
Sí, totalmente.
One moment, he was preparing for a massive exhibition against Jake Paul, a fight that would have pulled global numbers, and the next moment, everything fell apart. Domestic violence allegations surfaced, the Paul fight was immediately canceled, and Tank vanished from public view.
Yeah, he just represents everything that's wrong with boxing, unprofessionalism, and he's getting what he's reaping what he sows. But I hate working with people like that. He stands everyone up, film crews, everything. Doesn't do any promotion, doesn't do any posts, but it is what it is. And I'm actually glad this all happened this way so that he doesn't get, the biggest paycheck of his life.
He denied the allegations and insisted the cancellation was Jake Paul's decision, but that didn't change the fact that the entire event collapsed.
Is Miami record hip-hop star is Louis the Ruby Road!
With or without the ankle monitor on?
That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about, fam?
How do you win this fight?
That outfit trash. For real. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name them.
You want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the clown, buddy. You're the clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
For the rest of the year, Tank stayed quiet. No interviews, no gym videos, no press. Not even typical cryptic posts on social media. Nobody knew if he would fight again or if he was stepping away from the sport entirely.
Be 1 foot in, 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in the gym for hours, and you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
And then the Cruz versus Roach fight happened. It was a dramatic matchup between two men Tank has shared the ring with. Roach was coming off a controversial draw with Tank earlier in the year. Cruz was still the man fans believe deserved a rematch with Tank since 2021. Their fight ended in another majority draw with heavy debate, frustration, and arguments online about whether Roach actually won.
Since this started, have y'all grown general dislike for each other?
No, not at all. This our job right here. Lay it all on the line. I know I'm coming with everything I got, so let me feel it.
He's very aggressive, very intense fighter. We have to change anything that you do for this particular fight?
We're going to let him worry about what we got going on over here. Maybe he'll adjust, but like I said before, I got 10 ways to win. He got one.
And last question. You told me the other day you're tired of leaving things in the judge's hands. Is this going to be a knockout for you this Saturday?
What Rocky said, if he dies, he dies.
There you go. Lamar Roach, 7-6 tomorrow, baby. You got me.
Tank was watching, and when the final bell rang, he immediately jumped onto X and started posting. Most of his comments were aimed at Roach. Tank called him a gatekeeper, said he lost the fight, said he wasn't on Tank's level. It sounded personal, and it sounded frustrated. But when fans pushed Tank on why he wasn't criticizing Cruz, the tone changed completely. Tank wrote, "I'm taking him next, soon as my knee gets better." And just like that, Tank's entire future became clear. To understand why this announcement is so important, you have to remember their history. Back in 2021, Isaac Cruz stepped in as a late replacement opponent.
Davis trying to get those uppercuts in, and here he winds up with one, and there a very conscious effort by Cruz to block that punch. That was kind of impressive, wasn't it? Because that punch gets in.
And he tried to come back with his up.
Fans expected Tank to run through him. Instead, Cruz fought like a man who didn't know how to move backward. He marched forward non-stop, absorbed Tank's best uppercuts, attacked the body, and brought a level of pressure Tank had never faced before. Tank injured his hand early in the fight, which limited his left-hand power, and for the only time in his career, he went the full 12 rounds without seriously hurting his opponent. Tank won on the cards, but the world didn't walk away saying Tank dominated. Fans walked away saying, "We need a rematch." Cruz built an entire brand off that performance. He didn't win, but he didn't break. And in boxing, surviving Tank Davis is sometimes a statement stronger than a victory. Tank knows that, Cruz knows that, and fans have been waiting for years to settle the unfinished business. There's another reason this rematch matters now more than ever. Tank's career is in a strange place. His draw with Roach damaged him in the eyes of many fans.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
The canceled fight with Jake Paul made him look unstable. The legal drama and the silence only added more uncertainty.
Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
He did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your that's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man.
Tank doesn't just need a fight. He needs a statement. And there is no better opponent for a statement than the one man who pushed him harder than anyone ever has.
Tank Davis is not the face of boxing because he doesn't fight often. He fights once a year. And he's probably one of the best talents in the world. I love Tank Davis. I love watching him fight. I love when he goes in the ring and just demonstrates power and speed and he doesn't give a shit. I love that. But he has to fight more often. We want to see Tank fight 3-4 times a year. Tank Davis, I dare you to break my record. 5 world title fights in 1 year. Let's go.
You think he's lost?
Get this. Cruz has grown. He's stronger at 140. He's busier. He's more confident. He's now the WBC interim super lightweight champion. He's fought wars, he's faced adversity, and he's developed a reputation for being one of the toughest fighters in the sport. If Tank beats Cruz cleanly, all the questions disappear. If he struggles, everything gets worse. And if he loses, it changes his entire legacy. This is why this fight matters. There's also the reality of Tank's knee injury. When he said he needed time to heal, fans split into two groups. Some believe the injury is real. Others think it's PR, a way to buy time and rebuild credibility.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done, period.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing, he's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
The truth will reveal itself in training camp footage, but the important thing is that Tank still believes he can return at the highest level. But Cruz is no longer the lightweight Tank fought years ago. Cruz is now a full super lightweight. His power looks heavier. His pressure looks sharper. He's more durable than ever. And he's more confident now that he's coming off a major performance against Roach.
Que la gente no daba, pues no creía en mí de lo que yo podía hacer, de que pensaban que yo nada más era de un solo estilo que iba hacia enfrente, que no sabía boxear, y creo que demostré que tengo las capacidades físicas y mentales pues para sacar más recursos boxísticos, y creo que le demostramos ante un gran peleador que pues era todo el estilo diferente al mío, ¿no? Y pues sí, totalmente estoy enojado, decepcionado con los jueces porque pues no sé qué tipo de pelea vieron, la verdad. Creo que pues no sé de dónde vieron el empate. Y bueno, a final del día pues me quedo con un buen sabor de boca porque pude retener el título en mi primer defensa. No como uno hubiera querido tal cual la victoria, pero bueno, lo importante es que se hizo el trabajo y se logró lo que...
That leads to a crucial question that could completely change the outcome of the fight. What weight should this rematch happen at? Does Tank try to drag Cruz back down to 135? Or does he move up to 140, where Cruz now feels more natural?
Puede ser Davis o puede ser en 135, puede ser en 140, no lo sé.
Isak, what's that fight at 135 that makes you go down?
Pues no sé, ahorita no me he puesto a ver, o en su momento cuando llegue esa oportunidad, pues nos gustaría ver y sentar con la empresa, con Sean Gibbons, ver qué oportunidad hay para poder bajar a 135.
I was hoping you were going to say Tank, the Gervonta rematch.
Puede ser Davis o puede ser en 135, puede ser en 140, no lo sé, pero si es en 135 con Davis, no hay problema y bajamos.
Tank has never been a big lightweight. Moving up to 140 may expose him physically, but staying at 135 may weaken Cruz and shift the advantage. Weight will matter. And the negotiation around that number might be one of the most intense elements of making this fight. Another layer to this story is the frustration Lamont Roach has expressed. Roach believes he beat Tank.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate true boxing media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won, and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
He believes he beat Cruz. He believes judges robbed him twice in 1 year. He said repeatedly that he doesn't know what more he has to do to win clear decisions. But there's another angle people aren't talking about enough. This fight isn't just about boxing. It's about business. Tank is still one of the biggest draws in the sport. Cruz is one of the most exciting pressure fighters in the sport. Their first fight generated massive numbers.
We want the rematch with Gervonta Davis. These fans have been great, and that's why, they came out, and what I promised is a depth already, and we did it tonight.
Gervonta shakes his head. I wish we could bring him into the ring.
A rematch in 2026, with both men more popular and more developed, could easily become one of the most lucrative fights of the entire year.
Good luck, champ.
And here's the craziest part. This rematch is bigger now than it ever could have been 3 years ago. Tank is older, Cruz is stronger, Roach stirred the pot. Judges' controversy added heat. Fans are arguing. Analysts are questioning Tank's decline. Cruz believes he's entering his prime, and the division is wide open. The risk is massive. The reward is even bigger. Tank vs. Cruz 2 isn't just a fight. It's Tank's chance to reclaim ownership of his career, his brand, his reputation, his identity. And deep down, he knows this is the only fight that makes sense for 2026. So here's the question for you. If Tank and Cruz fight again in 2026, who wins? And does Tank need a knockout to silence the critics? Or could Cruz shock the world and become the man who finally derails Tank's path back to the top? Drop your predictions in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Fight Field. I'll catch you in the next video.